This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 K on Rock of Seattle. Well, talk show host Wendy Williams, man, I mean, she's had a lot going on. Her speech has been out the window at times. She's been accused multiple times of farting on the show.
She's quickly becoming must-watch talk show television stuff because of just every time it's a crapshoot what's going to happen.
As it were, yeah.
Okay, I didn't mean it that way, but you're right.
Yeah, Wendy was talking about this 19-year-old TikTok star that died, but the way she brought it up, a lot of folks are saying extremely bizarre.
I have no idea who this is. Neither does Norman. Neither does one person in this building. Maybe Sus does. Do you know who Swavey is? Clap. Clap if you know who Swavey is. Okay. Sus?
Nah, it's not my cup of tea. That I got going on right now.
Well, he's a TikTok star. He's got more followers than me. 2.5 million.
On TikTok, but on Instagram, you have more followers.
All right. Yeah,
well, as my son Kevin would say, no one uses Instagram anymore.
What?
And as far as TikTok, I don't use that at all. I don't know what that is. I don't want to be involved. So here he is. He's 19, and he was murdered Monday morning.
We're good at, memorializing celebrities when they pass away, but I feel like that was really weird.
Way to bury the lead.
Very
on that.
weird,
right? So everyone in that room, I don't think knew that he was dead, or most of them didn't. So they're just laughing and thinking that a joke is about to happen.
Yep. Yeah, that is so bizarre. I mean, the poor kid is dead, and that's how she talks about the story?
I'm gonna bitch about the number of followers he has.
Wow.
I feel better about the times when we pay tribute to celebrities that have passed because we are way more respectful than that.
Yeah, somehow we are. Wow, that's horrifying.
That man, oh man, that did not expect that to go down that road. Where do you go from there? Wendy, is she lost her damn mind? Is she just at the point now where she's just zero F's given?
Do you think maybe she forgot that she didn't mention that the guy died at the beginning?
Well, again,
because if you didn't say it up until if I didn't know that the story was going to end with her saying that the guy died, I would have just thought there was a massive joke about to happen or some kind of silly story that was embarrassing about the guy. Because I don't know who he is either, but.
Yeah, but he was a celebrity on TikTok, which meant I'm sure a lot of people really enjoyed what he brought to TikTok. And then he's dead, which is, and murdered, by the way, which is, just tragic. It's
way to bring the room down, Wendy.
Yeah. Wow. See, this is what happens with old people. And I think Wendy's probably in my demographic. Is Wendy in her 50s at least? She might be getting close to 60. But I think Wendy's getting done. I think she everything that's been happening
She's
to her.
56.
She's 56. She is so getting done. And either A, she's not liking the signs on the wall, which is, you know what, it might be time for you to exit the entertainment business, or she is just losing her damn mind. I mean, and doesn't care.
I feel like she probably lost it already. I keep doing our show. I mean, it is a wild card every time. We just don't know what Wendy's going to say or do, or where the sounds are going to come from her body.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, boy, I've never been a huge Wendy Williams fan, and boy, her later work isn't making me any more of a fan.
I've been so indifferent about Wendy Williams, so to me, it's just entertaining. Like when these moments happen, I'm just like, how weird would it be to be in that audience? Like you're laughing along, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, by the way, that guy's dead. And you're just like, wow, I feel like a real douche for laughing at everything that we just did for the last 30 seconds.
And we're cheering him because he doesn't have as many Instagram followers as Wendy. Oh, by the way, he's dead. And he looked like a younger dude, which means, man, that's super tragic, for the parents and everybody that knows him.
The whole TikTok thing is crazy. Like there are. It's like that with YouTube. I think we realize there were like YouTube celebrities that none of us are on our radar. But like I know some people that have like 40,000 followers, like people that I just know through work or whatever it may be, and you're just like, how in the hell are you? Like that's just, and all they do is just like they lip sync to like scenes from a movie, but they do it enough, I guess, that people find it entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Like, I don't mean to sound like the guy that get off my lawn, but I'm like, what are you doing? All you're doing is just like mimicking something that was done like on a television show, but it's working.
Yeah, what I'm seeing with a lot of this...
You're big into the TikToks.
Well, there's some people that are very creative about it.
Hey, kid, tell me about those TikTokers. What are the TikTokers about?
Like the people, you have to have like a shtick. So like one girl will dress up as each character in a scene, or one guy will do all the characters, and he does like Clueless or Mean Girls, and they're hilarious because they either look like the character or they look really weird as the character. But the people that are just lip syncing just for the sake of lip syncing are hot.
I did notice that there seems to be a trend that they're typically very attractive, and so that's why they're getting a lot of views.
Yep.
So that's why it's not working for me. Damn it.
Sorry, buddy.
Here I am trying to lip sync things, and no one cares.
And sometimes cute little kids. Back when, I forget what TikTok's name was before it was TikTok, because my friend's daughter was using the app a long time before it was called TikTok. And
Vine?
No, Vine was a whole different thing.
Yeah.
TikTok had a different. I forget what it was called because I remember
the TikToks.
Yeah, he showed me because he said, "Hey, my daughter's got this new app she's using." TikTok had a name before TikTok.
Doyen?
What? Doyen?
Doyen.
Yeah,
Doyen.
I don't know. But yeah, because maybe it was Musical.ly. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, because she used to make her little brother sing songs like hip sync, and the kid couldn't even speak, but somehow she had him singing these songs. And I thought, all right, these are clever videos that she made.
Yeah, that was Musical.ly.
Yeah, and then so Musical.ly is what that's what I remember it when she was using that. So it's the problem with a lot of these though is that how are they making any cash? I mean, it turns out a lot of these companies it's almost like slave labor with the amount of money they're making compared to the amount of money they're paying for content. It is just like they came out with a story about that with YouTube.
Yeah.
It's in Google. It is almost criminal how much money they're making, and yet the percentage of what they're paying the people is hardly peanuts compared to that.
Yeah, but the person knows that going into it. I mean, they're using YouTube or TikTok as a medium to make money in a very non-conventional way. I mean, I understand what people could like. I wish I got more money out of it, but that's you decided to use that platform and you knew what you were getting into.
I think what like disheartens a lot of people with both YouTube and TikTok is that once you do gain a certain amount of popularity and you're part of the creator fund, they stop really showing your videos to like new people. They start throttling your views, so it's harder for you to make money, and so you basically have to put in twice the amount of work to get the same results.
So why do they do that? Is it just because they don't want to give you the money? I mean,
yeah.
But you're bringing more people to their platform.
Right.
So it seems like they're kind of spiting themselves.
You have to be really, really big for them, either one of the OG huge TikTok creators or like a Kim Kardashian. So if you're one of those people, then they're like, yeah.
Yeah,
so
you're not getting any of it done.
Back to making nothing.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Yeah, and then of course the world of entertainment, which I think is why Wendy Williams is pissed off about it, is because Wendy's paid her dues and she's done whatever she could do to become an entertainer, which has made her famous. But of course, this, the app world is all about being famous and not necessarily being that entertaining. Dave covered it in the last episode, man. It was a really good episode, which basically was commenting on the Logan brothers, even though it wasn't the Logan brothers in the episode. But man, they made a commentary about this is what passes for entertainment. And poor Gaeta, man. All I'll just say is poor Gaeta took a beating in that episode as they were commenting on the TikTok world and the world of the Logan brothers, man. It was a good ep. I know, Steve, you haven't had a chance to watch them yet, huh?
I haven't watched season 2 at all yet.
I don't know why people are putting it down. I really think season 2 was good.
I watched the first episode, and it's interesting, but it's not funny. It's not like there's no like comedic elements really to it. Like the whole thing, like him being in Korea, it was just like super awkward the entire time, and there was no like punchline at the end.
Oh, really? Because I really felt like that was
all.
I felt that was the punchline, was just how awkward, it was just totally him making all these assumptions about what K-pop was all about and Korean lifestyle, and him, it was I guess it just depends on your sense of, I really liked that first episode. But
I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I could tell you guys about what's going on with Masha and the bear. I mean, she recently teamed up with a group of monkeys and went and did like a circus. That was kind of cool.
You know what?
She
The
got
only one
homesick
concern.
and, spoiler alert, and came back.
Oh,
The only person that's excited, of course, is the other one that has a little child running around. That's it.
Yeah. Well, the Masha and the bear one still, I just can't wrap my head around it yet. Like, why are her parents okay with her hanging out with a bear, and then okay with her leaving with a group of monkeys in a car to go do circus stuff? Where are these parents, BJ?
I was say, do the parents ever show up at this?
No.
Maybe the
but
bear
she's-
is her parent.
No, she has her own house. And
Is it
the other animals go over to say, hey, come hang out with us.
well, it could be the old Disney reason.
It is a bear. Bears can take care of themselves.
No, she's not a bear. Masha's a human girl.
Oh, it's Masha and the bear. I thought it was
Yeah.
Masha the bear.
No, Masha,
Oh.
and Bear's name is Bear.
Oh,
which
got
I also
it.
think is disrespectful. At some point, you should name this guy.
Spoiler alert: bear ate the parents.
Yeah,
That's what I was gonna.
Oh, what? She's still able to pay the mortgage?
Well, I mean,
It's probably paid off. It looks like a cabin.
Like a settlement?
Dude, that is dark. I love that story. That is what's going to happen
Come on,
when your
Red.
daughter gets old and reboots to bring them back to their childhood. They are going to do a gritty reboot.
Where
And-
Bear
and,
eats the parents and then
yeah,
just feels
yeah.
bad, so he hangs out with Masha and tolerates her.
yeah, it's got to
yeah.
take care of the baby now.
Yeah.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Straight
That's
up.
it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I remember that was sort of the theme of the Lost in Space movie, is that Dr. Smith actually killed the entire family and just took care of Will, but Will didn't know that. Will's like, you raised me when our family was killed by horrible monsters. That's right, and actually he was the horrible monster that killed his family. That's it. So
Well, now I don't need to watch Dr. Smith.
Or Lost in Space. Yeah, you do. You can watch He-Man because it's basically a ripoff. Skeletor's a ripoff of Dr. Smith. But don't get me started
I
on
love
that.
Skeletor.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah, bunch of ripoff artists. Hey, let me tell you this though. We got a popular celebrity that just shared a very crazy story about a time that she did mushrooms with her landscaper. This really sounds like this would be a Steve Miggs story. Really. You're gonna hear from her at 8:17 on The Rock.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline. with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
This is BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Chelsea Handler just shared a funny story about how she got to know her landscaper during lockdown by doing mushrooms with him.
I only found out my landscaper liked to take mushrooms because I was taking them one morning and I was talking to what I thought were my trees in my backyard for 30 minutes until I realized it was my landscaper. And that's when I handed him some mushrooms and we just sat there all day in the pool and talked, and it was fun. You know, I got to know him.
There's so much to unpack in that 30 seconds right there. First of all, she's taking mushrooms in the morning.
Yeah.
Chelsea Handler's gangster right there. First thing, you know what? Instead of coffee, why don't I just trip out?
Yeah.
Maybe she was microdosing.
Well,
it doesn't sound like it.
No, you're right. She was talking to a tree.
Yeah. When you microdose, that ain't that.
She thought she was talking to a tree and it was a human.
How funny is that she's talking to the tree and her mind, because, I've had those experiences when I've done hallucinogenics in the past where I thought I was talking to cookies. But in my head, I was creating the conversations. She was legit having a conversation, not knowing it was a human being behind the tree.
I mean, lockdown was weird last year, man.
It was.
We didn't do a lot. So, anytime.
So those two things. And then on the final part was, hey, would you like to do some mushrooms with me? And that guy's like, you know what? I don't need to work for the rest of the day. I'm just going to do mushrooms with Chelsea Handler.
Yeah. There's a lot there that's pretty awesome.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I feel like you guys would be all right if I said, look, I'm not coming in today. I took some mushrooms with Chelsea Handler, and I'll give you an update on how things go.
Yeah, I want the update later. Absolutely. But I'd be like, have fun, buddy.
I mean, I'd be slightly upset, but I couldn't blame you.
I'd be upset that I didn't get an invite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if you can make it over.
My text would be like, cool, keep your camera recording.
Right. We'll FaceTime you.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, on every level, that is really wild. It really, really is. And, I mean, if you know it's Chelsea Handler, which I imagine the landscaper must have, you'll be like, sure.
Well, even if you didn't, attractive woman wants to do mushrooms with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, he's probably worked for her before. I don't know if I want a strange, and I don't care how attractive they are. Is it a good idea for me to take any kind of substances from somebody I don't know? But yeah, if it's somebody I know, I guess even on a work relationship, I guess. Well, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of I think I'm a celebrity whore. I think if it's like somebody famous, I probably would. But if it was just a rando, I don't think I would.
I remember one time, it was back in my 20s, and we were on hallucinogenics, and we were somewhere, and I actually ended up at a gentleman's club, and the person that was a dancer there was like, can I get some mushrooms with you guys, and can we go to the aquarium tomorrow? And I was just like, no, none of that sounds like a good idea. Wow. I don't know you. And even when I was hallucinating, I was like, that just sounds like nothing good will come of that. I don't even know if this is a setup to be robbed or, you know what I mean? In my head, I was like, why in the world? I mean, maybe she was just desperate for mushrooms and was willing to hang out with us. But I was like, and going to the aquarium on mushrooms seemed like a terrible idea also.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I'd be swimming with the otters at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is probably a bad idea then.
Steve's when he's altered, he's very active.
Yes.
That's a nice way to put that.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I mean, would you pass up the opportunity to swim with otters?
No.
I guess no, I wouldn't. No.
Yes, I would not want to swim with any creature. Right. I mean, in a so altar. I don't want to. My wife has swam. She swam with dolphins before, and I'm just like, but they could butt you. What's wrong with you? No, I don't want to go swim with dolphins. I don't want to swim with otters. I don't want to swim with anything. I barely want to swim with humans.
Okay, if there was a celebrity, who would you pick? If one random celebrity is just like, hey, I'll do hallucinogenics with you. Who are you going with?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Whoa,
he seems like a safe person to do it with. He would probably take care of you.
He would definitely take care of you even while he is himself hallucinating. But I feel like the stories and the life views, just in general, even without drugs, would be fascinating. But add the mushrooms, Keanu Reeves.
Plus, if it gets weird, you can just put on John Wick, which is a very wholesome film to kind of put you in a better mindset.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of some of the rom-coms, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. She's got to like. He's even though he's an older man, he's a good-looking older man who's doing mushrooms with her. So anything could happen, right, Vic? Anything could happen in this journey.
I just want to cuddle and look at weird stuff.
Okay. All right.
That's all I want to do when I'm on mushrooms. I'm not thinking of that funny enough.
I'm trying to think of who I might want to go with that Mark Rabia guy that I've been a fan of, like the guy that does like these weird streams where he creates all the music on the fly. He's the one that did the whole "I'm the Flamingo" song where he's gonna eat your grandma.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah, because he needs to bring his equipment with him. Because I love music. So if I could just watch a guy create music in front of me, especially electronic music when you're in an altered state, like that would be a lot of fun.
I'm seeing a video of him right now where he's shirtless in his underwear, and you're.
Oh yeah, all the time. He sometimes starts with clothes, but he eventually, the funk is just so extreme that he needs to take off his clothes.
I've never seen him wearing clothes, and I've watched his streams a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let you have that, dude. I know it's probably like reminiscent of a hockey locker room where very little clothes, and you guys are having some substance that will alter you.
But he makes amazing music too.
Yeah, I don't care if he's shirtless, whatever.
Yeah, right.
To be
doesn't
fair,
bother me.
I've seen him in clothes if a robe counts.
Yeah, he wears like a weird satin robe, which actually I would ask him if he could take it off so I could wear it.
Yeah, I'm not sure my generation's up for this kind of thing.
No,
and I make another Dave reference for you, but you haven't seen the season because Benny Blanco's in it, and there's the episode with Benny this season is just so out of control. But all right,
Rev, are you gonna do it with Orgy?
always with
Orgy.
Those guys are a little too creepy for my taste. I'll just listen to their music. No, I was thinking actually Johnny Depp, but only if he dressed up as Hunter S. Thompson. And we started driving through backcountry.
I feel like he should just have all of his outfits with him. Like he should then at some point turn into a pirate.
Okay, yeah. If he did costume changes, that'd be even more
Sweetie
amazing.
Todd.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Oh
Don't forget Edward Scissorhands. Though. That could end up getting very bloody.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
As long as they're dulled out blades, I think you're fine.
Oh, you okay?
We'll probably
All
be
right.
safe.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm curious about Danny.
Yeah.
Because Danny doesn't ever touch any kind of hallucinogenics in his life. So I'd be curious to see like who he would pick.
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller of all
Yeah.
people.
Stiller.
Yeah, I was watching Heavyweights the other day, and he's fantastic in that movie.
What movie is Heavyweights?
It's a Disney movie.
It's about fat camp.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
a bunch of kids go to fat camp.
And he's the a-hole drill instructor at fat camp.
Yeah, and I was watching it thinking we had the conversation yesterday about what roles do you think people did on drugs, and that was probably one of them. So I was like, he might be interesting to talk to.
You know what else would be good is The Rock. And just ask him to lift things.
You guys are missing. I mean, you guys are missing the ultimate person, though.
The ultimate person, Gary Busey.
He doesn't need hallucinogenics. He's just Gary Busey. My man, Matthew McConaughey. All right, that guy I think does like to do some stuff, and boy, it'd be great to hang out with him.
But he likes to get naked and play the bongos.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's fine. I got a guy that's going to be naked playing on electronic keyboards.
I didn't know that Matthew McConaughey likes to get naked. Okay, I might have to change my pick.
Yeah, he used to. He got in trouble with that because his neighbors kept seeing it.
Dude, it was funny, actually, Matthew McConaughey recently, because he's a part owner of the new Austin football club, the soccer team in Austin. And he did a video where he, on the opening night in Austin, he was in this green suit and he just played the drums screaming at the crowd. And I was like, that would be awesome.
Oh, Vicky's looking at the Heavyweights movie. I've seen that movie now.
It's so good. Goldberg's in it.
Yes.
And Kenan Thompson
Yeah.
when he was a kid.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot all about that movie, BJ.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Ben is looking super young in that movie as well.
What about someone that does impressions? Because somebody brought up a good point. Like Seth MacFarlane would be fun because he could bust out his Peter and Stewie voices.
Oh, okay. There you go.
That might mess with me if suddenly I feel the mailbox is talking like Stewie Griffin. I'm not going to be cool with that.
Yeah, imagine being like Craig Gatsby, you turn the lights off and you just randomly, you're with Al Pacino or you're with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Ooh.
These aren't bad calls.
Okay, this one seems weird, but go with me on this one. Carrot Top.
Wow.
Props.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know about that one.
Carrot Top's eyebrow, he might look more normal when you're on mushrooms,
I'm
though.
like, he would scare me. That
He's
hair,
gotta-
that face.
There's a lot to look at.
I know, and a lot it can morph into. I'm already scared.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He might end up looking like the kid from Mask because that kid was
Eric
redheaded too.
Stoltz? Jeez, man. Wow.
Well, I mean, in the mask, in the mask makeup. Eric Stoltz himself is not a bad looking dude, but the mask makeup is scary.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, that can make things awkward if you're like, dude, you're starting to look like the guy from Mask.
Yeah, and because he's not far away from it. You know, sometimes I've seen some cartoon caricatures of Carrot Top, and it reminds me of the kid from Mask.
The eyebrows are what are so trippy about Carrot Top.
Yeah, oh yeah, but he's all swole now too.
Yeah, but he's funny. I think I would be laughing a lot with Carrot Top.
All right, you know what? You can have Carrot Top. I think I still, I think I'm going to stick with McConaughey.
Okay,
I think I am, or at least the parrot that sounds like Matt McConaughey. Maybe I'll go with the parrot and do mushrooms with the parrot. Yeah,
I don't know. Vicky's not showing me pictures of Carrot Top. Maybe I need to rethink my decision. It's a little too intense.
Yeah, that's some creepiness, man.
He's got the intense eyes, especially the older he's gotten.
Yeah, he's got like a Chucky look to him.
Oh my God.
You're right. Now I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve, go ahead, buddy.
You know, maybe I'm going to rethink
It's
that.
all yours, my friend. That's what you need on a mushroom trip. A guy that looks like Carrot Top. He looks like an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
Is it the eyebrows or is it the eyes and the eyebrows?
I think it's with the hair because the
the
hair's
hair's
so
crazy.
big.
Yeah.
It's going to...
And his eyebrows kind of make him look like Vulcan eyebrows. Like that's how they used to they make the Vulcans like Mr.
yeah,
because
it's pointy and stuff.
Yeah.
How about Dave Grohl?
Grohl would be fun.
Yeah, because at that point you just
shots of Jägermeister and hear some stories.
talk music.
Yep. And if I could set up my electronic drum kit, we could jam.
You're going to do mushrooms and Jägermeister together?
Sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a good combo.
It probably isn't.
It's not a good combo, but it's doable.
Okay, you know what? Again, this is Steve. Steve's very active. I don't like to have an active time. Yeah, I don't want things busted and broken. And yeah.
Someone said if he was still alive, Robin Williams. Another one, if he was still alive, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross would be fun because you could just paint.
Yep.
And Robin Williams, I feel that once he knew that you were on shrooms, he would just start messing with you. I mean, it would be fun messing with you, but also it would be very strange to hear the genie talking to you.
Oh, someone's got the best suggestion ever. How about doing it with Gritty, the Flyers mascot?
Oh, jeez.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
I mean, as long as his fur or whatever that is soft, I think we're okay, and I never have to look at his face.
He's already a hallucination, really.
Right? Maybe if he was like Little Spoon, then it'd be okay.
Now, do you have to have the guy that is inside the Gritty costume, or could you just have the Gritty costume and then one of your friends could dress up as Gritty, and then we could switch?
Oh, this is a wonderful idea.
I was worried you were going to say, just have the costume there. I'm like, but then Gritty dies, and you're going to have to live with that guilt for the
deal
rest
with that,
of the trip.
Until I sober up.
Exactly.
Or
dead.
did he die? Will Gritty come to life and the embodiment of Gritty, whatever that is? Oh, yeah. All really wise things to do while altered.
Yeah, Gritty's the one. I'm going with that. I agree with that texter. It's way better than Carrot Top.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Chicago is located on the shore of what lake?
Erie.
No.
Lake Chicago?
No. Good old Lake Chicago.
Lake. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Lake Ontario.
No.
Oh, it was indeed. Do you remember, Steve?
Michigan.
There we go.
Wow, good job.
Memory retention. Yeah, Lake Michigan is the answer. And if you want a shot at beating Steve, you got it now. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs. We'll do that at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, and one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.